This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I thought he was not quite as precisely accurate last year, as consistently so as we know him to be, because you can make the argument that Aaron Rodgers is the best thrower of the football we've ever seen. I would say he wasn't quite that guy.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
I'm late out one time for this damn show, and I got a big out at 3:57:05 written on here.
No.
One time.
We're out early today.
Oh, okay.
That's not the normal time.
Okay. Why are we out early today?
Because Scalzo and Brust are here in Madison today.
Yeah.
And we have to turn around our video stream, so we need an extra 45 seconds to do it.
I thought we'd just cut it short, just, cut out of work early.
I'm going to go ahead and
hooky.
reference the Chappelle show. I'm not going to do it. F them. That's why. They can just be late. We're out of Madison. We're here every day. I don't care about Scalzo and Brust and their video feed. People can wait to see Scalzo's long, luscious hair.
I'm excited
a couple
to see
seconds.
it. I'm excited to see it. Not super excited to see Brust, who we talked to before the show.
Yeah, because you saw him.
Yeah. He's making inappropriate comments about his dog and
Bruce,
yeah, and me, and I don't know. He's just a weirdo, man.
You can't do that, though. What did he say?
I can't repeat it, is why I said weird comments.
But you have to give me some sort of
He asked me
insight
if I
into it.
like, okay, fine. You fall on the sword here if I say it.
But my point is, you can't just dangle that out there and then not share it.
All right,
Mr.
so
Radio Guy.
The area of your nether regions between the twins and
what did you call it? The nooks and crannies.
The nooks and crannies, right. In between there. He asked me if I like it being petted there. That's what Ben Brust asked me.
Well, first of all, did he use that word? Because that's not a word.
What word?
You can pet. You don't.
Well, yes.
There's not a past tense. It's not Ed. It's not. Is he 6? My 6-year-old still struggles with that, and I work on it.
No, he said pet, but the
okay,
word he
you're
used
the
to
problem.
describe the area, I cannot say.
I know, but I just want to make sure that it's a pet peeve of mine. You pet a
See
dog.
what you did there.
It's not petted.
What did I say?
You said petted.
All right, whatever.
So you used the wrong tense. That's the gist of the story.
Nonetheless, excited to see Scalzo, not so much Brust.
Chris from Manitowoc Waters chimes in. Strofe, hey buddy, Rodgers still sucks just as much as yesterday.
Hey Chris, I disagree. Rodgers tweeting just moments ago, folks, on Twitter, replying to Sauce Gardner, who called Aaron Rodgers his chaperone after Jessica Alba tweeted at Sauce Gardner. We've got all sorts of drama going on Twitter today.
And we established yesterday that Jessica Alba is famous for just being
hot.
Jessica Alba. I don't want to be disingenuous. Like
Why is that disingenuous?
Well, not disingenuous. I don't want to be.
That's a compliment.
But no, I don't want to disregard. She's been in a lot of things, so she's more famous for being in a lot of things, even if none of them have been great.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's
but
all. I don't want to be a
aspect-
caveman of she's only really know her because she's pretty. Well, she's also talented enough to be in a lot of things. It just hasn't been anything
there's
great.
There's something positive about caveman mentality, though, Jimmy. Like, it's very
who?
It's very simple. It's easily digestible. Like, me being like, yeah, Jessica Alba's smoking hot. She's famous.
But that's different. You said she's only famous because she's hot, and I think that disregards her ability.
It goes a long way. Goes a long way.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, right. Damn straight, Jimmy. Damn straight.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If the Mountains are blue, you know what to do.
Yeah, that's Crush at Coors Light.
Matt Hamilton bailed on the show. I think it's nap time or something. I'm not even kidding. I think Team Schuster's napping.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because he shares a house with Team Schuster, and the vibe I kind of got was that either they're doing some sort of like team bonding thing, or the team wants to nap, and he's like, well, I need to do the show, so you can't nap here. Rightfully so. I mean, he is an Olympian, and they are competing, so
fair. He
kind of just said, hey, do you mind if I put Team Schuster first? And I said, no, that's fine.
No, that's what he's got to do this week. It is what it is. We've got the legendary Ryan Wollersheim making us sound good today, so we'll be fine.
Infamous,
sound good, look
legendary.
good, everything.
What would you call him?
Infamous?
I'd call him legendary.
Infamous.
Yeah.
What have I done that's so infamous?
Well, isn't infamous a bad thing? It's the opposite of famous.
It's being famous for a bad reason.
Speaking of opposite words, there's this Twitter and Instagram account I follow. It's called Dude with Sign. He lives in New York. He just writes things on a cardboard cutout and just stands outside of busy streets in Times Square. The sign he held yesterday said, is bi-weekly, twice a week, or every other week? Because it's both. But we need to make a decision. Like, why we can't have a word have two different meanings that are very similar?
What the hell are you talking about? That's all the English language. That's why it's the most difficult language to learn.
It is a really confusing language, and you
can barely master it because the past tense of pet is pet.
Master it. How about let's just get it down first? But yeah, bi-weekly, that's one that bugs me. Anyway, I have no idea what we were going to talk about. Jordan Love, right?
So in a second, but I was obviously having a little fun with our friend there, Wollersheim, but he is mysterious. So I just said he's infamous because maybe he's notoriously evil.
Is mysterious fair for you?
Mysterious? I'll take mysterious.
Yeah.
He's mysterious. I don't know. Maybe he's wonderful. Maybe he's infamous. We don't know the full Wollersheim backstory. We don't have that yet.
I know he was in boxing club in college, and he's wearing his boxing club sweatshirt today.
Yes. Well, Ben Bruss is in our Madison office today, so I had to make sure he remembered what he was going up against.
The long-running rivalry of Wollersheim versus Brust.
All righty. 844-770-3776, how you get into the show. Jordan Love, man, it is interesting. It is. The more we're going to get into what his terrible contract for Jordan Love is, but I look at it, and it seems like Jordan Love said, you know what? I don't really trust myself much, so I'm just going to take the money that I can get right now. Because I think the Packers went to him and said, hey, we're not going to give you 20, and you can take 13. And I saw this tweet here from Jason from Over the Cap. The Love contract with the Packers is something we've never seen. It's a total hedge by Jordan Love. It's basically betting against yourself. Jordan Love could have bet on himself, but he didn't. He took the safe route. And I don't blame him.
Well,
he could have. He could have bet on himself and said, you know what? You don't want that $20 million. I know at the bare minimum I will play well enough to make back $20 million. Or let's say Jordan Love could say, I'm going to play well enough this year, if you're not going to pick up my fifth-year option, that I know that I can go somewhere else and get $13 million guaranteed next year.
Sure.
Like, I know that I will play well enough to get that. And he said no. He said, I'm not betting on myself.
But again,
he said, I want this money because I want to get paid.
Jim, there's always more to the story, right?
Nope,
this
never.
isn't Jordan Love going, hey, man, I'm the man, I'm 40, right? Like, I'm going to go out and make $40 million. He understands the situation in which he's in, which is he has by far the youngest wide receiving core in the National Football League by over 6 years on average. The most experienced wide receivers on the Packers roster right now are Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. And Bo Melton is 26 years old. He is the oldest wide receiver on the team. The team next closest, their oldest wide receiver is 28, and they have 3 guys that are 28. And I forget which team that is off the top of my head. Bill Huber of Sports Illustrated wrote a great piece on that this morning of analyzing the age differences. So Jordan Love understands the guys in his room have about as much experience as he has in the NFL, Jim, and that's why he's making a business decision. I understand your point, right? If he was walking in with the 2017 or 2018 Packers core when he has Devontae Adams in his prime and he has a rejuvenated before Houston and Dallas Randall Cobb, and he has other guys that can still make plays, Alan Lazard and EQ, right? When he has a really solid squad around him, yeah, then I think he maybe does bet on himself. But the offense is not set up to, and we'll get to some of the escalators in his contract, but the offense is not set up right now, Jim, to win 10 games, to make a Super Bowl.
Why in the hell did he sign this contract? Because when you look at it, it's all based on him making more money if he can somehow lift this dead cat offense to something respectable.
You're turning down $10 million guaranteed for one more year? To give yourself 2 years?
Marcus Mariota, who was coming off multiple failed runs, signed with Atlanta, 2 years, $19 million, $11 million guaranteed. He was older and I think Leslie viewed as a prospect than him. Mitch Trubisky, who had his fifth-year option turned down, went to Buffalo as a backup, and then the following year got 2 years, $10 million, with $6 million guaranteed from the Steelers.
Yeah, that's less than Jordan Love.
Jordan Love would get his money. That's Trubisky twice failed. Mariota 3 times failed, and they still got this kind of money.
Trubisky once failed. He didn't fail in Buffalo. He was just
but I mean, he was passed over. But my point is, Jordan Love could have bet on himself mildly because, to your point, NFL execs aren't idiots. If Jordan Love went out there and was slinging the pill and guys were running the wrong routes or dropping passes or he looked capable, he'd get his money somewhere else. Quarterbacks get paid money. Backup quarterbacks get paid. Jordan Love would have been made whole on this. It's not a large number, $13 million. He would have been made whole on this if he just bet on himself, but he didn't. And to the point of your roster thing would just make him look like an idiot, because if he's saying, I don't want to bet on myself because I don't trust this roster, but I'm also going to bet on myself because I have all these impossible-to-reach escalators because of this dog crap roster on offense, why did he sign the deal? Also, Green Bay, if this is the deal you're bringing to me after signing me in the first round and pushing Aaron Rodgers out the door, pound sand. I'm rolling with it, and if I only get $10 million, fine.
I understand your point. But I think it is really, really hard to look at it through that lens when you have one start under your belt in the NFL. You've thrown, I think, 83 passes. You've completed only 50 passes in your NFL career. And you have, again, the youngest core of wide receivers and tight ends around you by far of anybody in the league. To go back to the Bill Huber article I referenced, he did the math on all 32 teams. So as I mentioned, Samori Toure, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, only 1 year of experience. That's the most experienced receivers on their roster. He also made a point to list every receiver on every team that has, or the number of receivers on every team that has at least 2 years experience in the league. The Packers have 0. Every other team in the league has at least 3 wide receivers that have at least 2 years of experience in the league. So Jordan Love is taking into account, hey, this might be a little bit of a rocky year. Because although Brian Gutekunst and Mark Murphy and Matt LaFleur won't admit it, maybe Jordan Love and his agent have come to the realization, hey, this is what they call a rebuild in the business. Give yourself 2 years. Take the money now and make it up. Because in 24, you can go out and light the world on fire, man. You could be a Pro Bowler. You could make the playoffs. You could be, a third-team All-Pro type guy.
Why does he have faith in this team that won't even sign him? He could say, this team could look at what I do this year.
It's a one-year rebuild. It's the way fans and Jordan Love probably view it, Jimmy. And that's the reality of the situation.
Okay, but what with this contract, this team is saying we actually don't really believe in you much. So why would he say that I'm going to then sign on for this deal because you've written in all these impossible-to-reach escalators? So what's to say you're not going to make me the scapegoat? What's to say that when we don't play well this year, you're not going to say it was a Jordan Love problem, not a me problem?
Well,
we're going to go draft C.J. Williams.
What do the Packers owe Jordan Love? What do they owe Aaron Rodgers? They don't owe anybody anything. It's a business.
Again, why did he sign the deal?
Because thanks for unplugging my laptop, man.
Yeah,
I'm
at 0%. So.
Well, I'm at 18, so I guess you win.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. What was your question?
But he's made $10 million already. And I'm not saying but you have a little bit of leeway because you were a first-round pick. You got paid to make a bet on yourself.
He's 24 years old. He can make money for the next 15 years if he's successful. So, this is the path of least resistance. He doesn't have to go anywhere and compete. He's the starter for 2 years. He's going to make more money.
If I was a Packer fan, I'd be more emboldened about my excitement for Jordan Love if he didn't take the deal. That's what my take on it is. That if Jordan Love said, no, I'm betting on myself, I'm emboldened as a Packer fan that says this guy believes in himself so much that he thinks he can lift this super young roster. And it's so funny. Bill Huber will probably write an article in 3 weeks talking about how all these receivers are still the best in the NFC North. But setting that aside,
no.
Everyone does this. Everyone's a hypocrite. You know this. Every single person. And the biggest hypocrite out there is always the person who says, I'm not a hypocrite. Daryl in Deerfield chimes in. Jim is exactly right. It happens. Ryan and Madison referencing what was this what was your thing here with Ryan and Madison? You had a little trade-off here?
Well, I was talking about biweekly, how it has two meanings, and he chimed in that the plural of vinyl is vinyl. And then I just responded, is that like a deer and deer type situation?
Yeah,
D-E-R,
so Strofe still trying to wrap his brain around the English language. Yes, the English language is full of words that have way too many meanings.
Yeah, it's annoying. Biweekly is my biggest pet peeve, though. But anyway.
Biggest.
I want to go back to your emboldened point, which great word choice. I'm
a wordsmith.
I get your point on that, but I don't think that's the optic right now this week. I think we come to that conclusion at some point of, he's betting on himself. That makes sense. But I think the initial reaction, if we find out Tuesday, the Packers are declining his fifth-year option and have offered him a contract extension of 1 year, and we see Jordan Love decline that, we view that as, even though Rodgers is out of town, Love's still pissed at the Packers. This goes deeper than Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love's going to play 1 year and dash, right? I think that's the way we're viewing this week if he declines the contract. He views it as $10 million is $10 million. He makes $10 extra million, $13 million guaranteed. Even if he is the scapegoat, Jimmy, he could suck this year and they could say, we're done with you. We're going to ship you off to Atlanta. See ya, pal. He still makes $13 million, and then he can go light the world on fire in the ATL if he wants to.
So our Iron Jock poll question, what is Jordan Love's most likely path to $1 million bonus? And we're asking that because you can look On Twitter, you can see Josh DiMaggio has put it out there. A lot of people have put it out there. You can see the escalators that are built in. We're going to make it very simple for you. 844-770-3776.
It's a fun poll.
Alex and I have picked out the 4 that seemed the most likely. There was maybe 6 things that got him a chance at $1 million. These seemed, out of those 6, the 4 most likely ones, and so we narrowed it down for you. So we're asking you, what is Jordan Love's most likely path to $1 million bonus? Make the Pro Bowl. Right now, 15% of you say that. Win 10 games, 62% of you say that. Lead the team to the Super Bowl, 1.9% of you say that. Top 10 pass rating and TDs. You have to have both. 21% of you say that.
How fun is it that you're setting it up as, hey, these are the 4 most likely options.
And none of these are likely.
and number 3 specifically, lead team to the Super Bowl. At least the fans are realistic. They're only 2%.
Because the one after that is win the Super Bowl. Because that's the next escalator
right.
for the $1 million was to win the Super Bowl.
If he is to win the Super Bowl, he'd make $2 million.
Riley chimes in on social. Everyone makes the Pro Bowl, especially QB. Easiest $1 million ever to be made.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Now, I wonder.
I went Pro Bowl.
Now, I don't, again, what's the other fine details in this? Do you have to be initially in the Pro Bowl?
Or can you be an alternate?
Right.
Yeah,
because
I don't know.
If you have to be initially, it ain't happening.
Well, I would hope like Tyler Huntley, a backup quarterback of Baltimore who was a Pro Bowl alternate last year and ultimately played in the Pro Bowl. I hope he made some extra cash because as a backup quarterback beyond Lamar Jackson, those opportunities don't come around very often. But for Jordan Love, I'm with Riley on this. I think the Pro Bowl, and you're right, even if it isn't an alternate, think about the quarterbacks in the NFC right now, right? Number 1 is Jalen Hurts. Good luck figuring out the rest of the other 15.
I mean, Geno Smith.
You'd put Geno Smith as the second best quarterback in the NFC?
I'm saying I can easily put him in front of. Like, guys I can easily, unquestionably stack in front of Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
Geno
Yeah,
Smith.
yeah.
As far as Pro Bowl type guys.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray. You can't write him off.
You know more about him than Love, so yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's been that guy.
Yeah, Love is probably 13 in the ranking as it stands today.
In the NFC.
Right, in the NFC, yeah.
But
out of 16.
So, like, it is a big, I get your point, but the NFC isn't a dearth. It might be a dearth of premium quarterbacks, but there's a lot of high mids.
Middle of the pack. Yeah. But again, I mean, that's a good opportunity, though, regardless, and we can agree on that. For Jordan Love and even for your guy, Justin Fields, right, who we still don't know a ton about. He's going to get kind of a revamped offense around him in Chicago. Jared Goff, same thing. The Lions are exciting, and to your point, Kirk Cousins, the NFC is wide open from a quarterback-specific perspective, right? We know who the really good teams are. It's Philadelphia, it's San Francisco at the top. We don't know the other 5 teams that are going to make the playoffs this year. Somebody's got to win the NFC North, and nobody's a clear front runner. Us sitting here and saying, hey, we really like the Detroit Lions, I'm not feeling super secure in saying that. As much as I do like the Lions' chances this year, the Packers could still win the North. It's just going to take a good shining moment, no pun intended, from March Madness for Jordan Love.
Do you think I should donate $2,500 to Florida Atlantic University because I will get a championship ring, the Final Four ring? 844-770-3776. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Wisconsin's best choice for roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors. I know they're the trusted local experts who consider customer service their #1 goal, but don't just take my word for it. Jake and Dawn are both recent customers who left 5-star reviews for the outstanding service and quality of work on their projects. Get a free estimate for your home project today by logging on to ridgetopexteriors.com. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
What's your thing? Are you looking for a new, refreshing, sunny ale to ring in the summer? Or do you want to turn it up with a big, hoppy IPA? No matter the style, Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack has something for everybody. Crack open a couple of IPAs with the original hazy or the Big Imperial. Then bask in the sunny citrus wheat and wild sour ales. Enjoy 4 styles in 12 cans with Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack today.
Listen to me along with Matt Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack. The gold medal-worthy variety pack features 4 styles, 12 cans, and endless good times. Whether you like the hoppy IPAs, crisp ales, you'll enjoy anything in this party in a pack. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer. This month, it's Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack. 2:45 every single Thursday.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Four-star quarterback commit to the University of Wisconsin. It is Mabry Matoyer. Tell Badgers fans, what are they getting in Mabry Matoyer?
I'm a dual-threat quarterback. When we need a first down, like, I'm the man to give the ball, put the balls in my hands and I'll make something happen.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, Nations Lending, and the Great Dane.
Join Prairie Athletic Club today. Hi, this is Sarah Tauscher, and my family loves the Pack. Everything you and your family will need this spring and summer is all under one roof at the Prairie Athletic Club. Play on the basketball courts or soccer fields, swim in their indoor pools, or get ready for the outdoor water park season. Come see why the Pack is voted the best place to work out year after year. Save now until the end of May when you join the Pack today. Visit prairieathleticClub.com to join the Pack today. That's prairieathletic.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
The high ground. You underestimate my power. Don't try it.
May the 4th be with you, Alex Stroh.
And also with you.
It's Star Wars Day. It's fun, right? I'll take Star Wars Day over Easter.
Yeah, you're anti-Easter.
I hate Easter. I hate Easter so
no,
much.
Yeah, so I've never seen Star Wars. It is what it is. I'm not a big movie guy. And so I don't have a lot to give you.
You were very...
I misspoke. Do not.
Do not what?
Are you going to say what I told you off the air?
No, I was going to say you're just not... I don't want to use the word you're not cultured, but you're like a sports guy who likes Shinedown. But like adding movies
Well, I love music overall.
But seems like a very specific genre. Like I could go outside of genres and you're kind of out of it. Like as you said earlier, I do want to give you this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
You asked the
Go
question.
ahead. This one's bad. Yeah.
Who is a better rapper, Skee-Lo or Too Short? And I said you're just ignorant, man, because Too Short, if there's a rap Hall of Fame, would be in said Hall of Fame.
Is there not a rap Hall of Fame?
I think it kind of falls into the Music Music Hall of Fame. Because Eminem's in that, the one in Cleveland, Ohio, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yeah, and they put all sorts of musicians in
Eminem
that,
stuff is in that. But like Too Short, I don't think he has the quite Eminem sort of like impact, and that's why Eminem's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But if there was a specific rap Hall of Fame, Too Short's in it. Not Skee-Lo from I Wish.
Well, yeah, One Hit Wonder, great tune. Both great songs in the 90s.
But setting that all aside.
Blow the Whistle and the other one.
Setting that aside, who's the coolest Star Wars? You guess you can't answer it. 844-770-3776. Who's the coolest person in the Star Wars universe?
Purple lightsaber.
Samuel L. Jackson's character?
Yeah, is that Mace Windu?
Mace Windu?
Yeah, I'm a Mace Windu guy. I just remember I love the purple lightsabers.
All right,
That's about all I got for you.
844-770-3776. Who's the coolest person in the Star Wars universe? To me, it's the answer is Han Solo.
Great pick.
One of the most badass lines ever uttered in a movie when Princess Leia says, I love you, to Han Solo before he gets frozen, and he just responds,
I know.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be able to respond like that?
Is that what you say when like you're in an argument with your wife? Like she just goes, "Hey, I love you, honey. Good night." And you say, "I know."
No, I love you. I know. It just knows you have such a high ground in the relationship at that point, and it's such a good one. Where
that ain't good.
She's like, I
High
love
ground.
you. What's that?
Did you say the high ground?
Right, but to the point of, you know how confident you have to be in yourself and in the relationship. That if someone, that's the first time she said it to him too.
Oh, so
that if
then
she
he's not
says,
confident in the
I love
relationship.
you, and he says, I know. He was pursuing her the whole time, and he was basically telling her, you love me. And then when she finally says it to him, he goes, I know.
Oh, I love that.
Right? I mean, like, that is,
That's good.
not to be like caveman here, but that's a man's answer. Right? I don't have the guts to say that. If my wife said it to me now, I wouldn't say, I know. Because
Really?
she'd be like,
I
would, but
I'm gonna
she'd be
try
like,
that tonight.
What are you doing?
I'm going to try that tonight. And when she gets inevitably upset because I didn't say I love you too, as anybody should, by the way, I will just say, may the 4th be with you.
There you go. So if you want to quote anything from Star Wars, you can do that as well. Can I give you
if I was to watch one Star Wars movie, which one should I watch?
Empire Strikes Back?
Okay.
Right? Rorsheim, I feel like you're a Star Wars.
That's
yeah,
where
you and I have talked about
I
this
love
stuff.
you. I know that's where it's from. That's the 5th one. Just don't watch any of the first 3 to start. Once you watch the original trilogy, like the original '80s trilogy,
Yeah.
then go back.
Yeah,
to
don't
the
try to
newer-
go in order. It's
Go back to the newer ones because the newer ones are bad, but they're bad in a good way.
You're talking about, wait, which newer ones? Are you talking about the
Oh.
1, 2, 3?
Yes, 1, 2, 3 with Anakin Skywalker, high ground, all
Yes.
the terrible cheesy dialogue.
Yeah.
That's where it gets fun.
Good to
But
know.
the most classic, I think, most famously quoted one would be, that's the Luke, I'm your father, all that sort of stuff is from Empire Strikes Back. I would say that is the most influential. So now I'm going to throw a curveball at you, and Strofe, you're going to have to do the best to answer it, but Warshaw might be able to, and you can chime in 844-770-3776. In this sort of May 4th sort of world here, what's Aaron Rodgers, who's Jordan Love? Like, how does this work? How does this, Ryan, I'm going to leave that to you, but how would you apply Star Wars?
I would say Jordan Love. I mean, if we're going based off of like fathers and sons, Jordan Love has to be Luke, right?
You think he's Luke, so he's young
the
Skywalker?
Well, I mean, Anakin was the chosen one. Aaron Rodgers was the chosen one until he became corrupted and went to New York City to the evil empire, right? I mean, he's got to be Darth Vader.
Hey,
does that make Brett Favre, whatever the guy
Darth
is in charge?
Sidious,
there you
yeah,
go,
the emperor, yes.
you guys are aware you're both nerds, right?
That's fair.
This
Yeah,
is
whatever.
nerdy.
Whatever, man.
Hey, man, tell me who Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre and Jordan Love are in this fictional
tell
fantasy
me-
land that came up 30 years
Tell
ago.
me you're insecure because you don't know what 2 out of the 3 people on the show are talking about without telling me you're insecure. You don't know what 2 out of 3 people on the show
no,
are
I
talking
will straight
about.
up tell you I'm insecure.
844-770-3776.
How do I talk?
Who is the coolest person in the Star Wars universe? You did chime in with Mace Windu. You can chime in on that, 844-770-3776. I'm going with Han Solo. Ryan?
I would have to go with. Oh man, I'd have to give me a minute to think about it.
Okay,
I'll come back.
I'm going to give you a minute to think, but I want your mic on. Give me your best Chewbacca impression. Go.
I need to drink some water before I do
Before
that.
he gets that, I'm going to give you a joke.
There you go.
Oh, God.
All righty. Why didn't Han Solo like his steak?
Why, Jim?
Because it was chewy.
That was
absolutely terrible.
Disgusting.
That was.
Did you just gargle water? That was your Chewbacca
Because
impression?
I can't make the. Oh, you do it. You do it then. Go ahead.
No,
I'll wait. No,
Wait,
I'll
Can we
wait.
put a complete forever pause on gargling on the show, please?
I am your father.
But what do you think of my joke, though? That was good, right?
No.
How is it not good? Why didn't Han Solo like his steak? Because it was chewy, which is the nickname for Chewbacca. He's eating his friend, his dog-like animal friend. People like me.
Dog-like?
Well, I mean, I think Chewbacca's like his pet, or is it his friend?
He's his friend. Chewbacca is like.
But
a
a man's best friend is their
being.
dog. What's that?
He's like a sentient being. Like he has thoughts. Like it's not just a dog who just like thinks like bone like squirrel. It's
He's
like
he's a Wookiee, not a dog.
Chewbacca, like he actually like you can't have a conversation with him, but like he actually is like a sophisticated.
He's
200
years old. 200-year-old Wookiee.
Are you looking on Wikipedia right now?
I am looking on Wikipedia. That was pretty good. It got Jimmy.
That was good. Not as good as my joke.
I actually am on Wikipedia, which is funny you say that.
All righty.
What the hell are we doing here?
We set here. I just wanted to. It's May 4th. It is, like, there's merchandise being sold today. It is all over my social media. May 4th be with you. It's fun. Just because you are unaware doesn't mean other people are unaware. In fact, one of our friends, Chad, chimed in and said, to your complete oblivious nature to music, said, you know what, I had to, during a commercial break, I'm going to flip on some Too Short for a minute.
What's my favorite word?
I don't know. What is it? I don't know. What is it?
Look it up on Too Short's playlist.
You go with female dog. Nick and Madison chimes in. Let's see here. Strofe, you watch wrestling. Way nerdier than Star Wars.
All right, Nick, you got me there. That's fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah, this guy, pot calling the kettle black. I'll tell
no
you that
doubt.
for sure. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We are presented by Coors Light. I got my Carbon World Health water bottle over there. Looking forward to get over there tomorrow because a couple workouts there a week combined with me taking semaglutide has helped me drop about 26 pounds, drop my body fat percentage. And the other part of this is, like, I look good coming into summer. Absolutely. Best I've looked in a long time. So I look good for me. And I'll say that you actually, like, I feel better. I got to play basketball now on Fridays because I'm carrying less weight, so my knees feel fresher. Obviously, there's a cosmetic part of losing weight, but there is a health part of losing weight. That's why semaglutide was approved by the FDA, because it is important to lose weight. And this is the only FDA-approved weight loss treatment out there. It helps you burn fat, not muscle. Go see Dr. Ness Rodriguez, ask about their May special, and see how semaglutide can help change your life. And if that doesn't work for you, maybe it's hormone optimization that's right for you. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
I am the fittest, healthiest, and lightest I've been in years, thanks to the team at Carbon World Health. Jim Rutledge here, and I've been working with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez and his training staff for years now, and I've seen my fitness and strength increase steadily. Now I'm seeing weight loss like I've never expected, thanks to semaglutide. I'm dropping fat, not muscle, with this game-changing, FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to learn more.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here. Whether I'm inside on the ice curling or outside working up a sweat under the sun, Iron Jock apparel is what keeps me feeling cool and comfortable. The one-of-a-kind Enduratech fabric is designed from the inside out to eliminate odor-causing bacteria. And based in Wisconsin, Iron Jock also created the Enduratech Plus gear to perform both indoors and outdoors. You can go online to ironjock.com and get 25% off your order using code ESPN25. Iron Jock, it's what's inside that matters.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Life's more rewarding at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, especially when it comes to gardening. Right now, get unbeatable deals on supplies to support your backyard bounty. Like $90 instant savings on 13-inch DeWalt trimmer and blower combo kits. Shop our selection of live flowers and plants in our outdoor garden center, now open in most locations. And indoors, save $30 on select water softeners by Addy Water Systems. Plus, this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., come test drive select riding mowers and lawn tractors during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Ride and Drive event.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Pasquale's Cantina, bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Whether it's Madison's favorite half-price margaritas on Tuesday nights or fulfilling a craving for red chili sauce, friends keep coming back and new friends are made at Pasquale's Cantina. Visit their locations in Middleton or Verona today. Love the food, love the place, love the people. Pasquale's Cantina. Check out their menu in the location nearest you at pasqualescantina.com.
The 2023 season is underway and Fun for All is back with the Forward Madison FC Family Special on sale now. Bring the family to exciting professional soccer at Breeze Stevens Field. Enjoy a ticket, Pepsi product, sandwich, and a Forward Madison scarf for just $21. Forward Madison has fun for the whole family. Enjoy Lionella Vessi, the team's dairy cow, our new kids zone, and more at every Forward Madison match. For tickets, go to forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
Some learning that has went on while Jordan Love has not played a lot, understanding how this team operates and how they want to operate offensively.
Daryl Deerfield chimes in with a good question, and I'll throw it out to you, 844-770-3776. Over under Packer primetime games, 2.5.
Under.
I agree.
I think they'll get one.
There's not a lot
Well, hold on. We call Thursday night a primetime game?
Yeah.
They'll probably get a Thursday and a Monday night.
It's 2.5. I think the 2 is a good number. I could see Green Bay, Chicago, even with
like a
the
Sunday night.
Because one, it's the rivalry, and then you flip it. Chicago, I don't know if they're going to be good or not, but there's buzz to this team. Justin Fields is a dynamic player, and they added DJ Moore, and I think they're kind of one of those hot picks to be this year's Lions or Jaguars. So I think there's a little bit of juice to the team, and then more importantly, when you fix in the rivalry part of it, I could see that being some sort of primetime game.
Yeah, it's too bad they don't play the Jets this year like they did last year because there's no doubt that's in primetime.
Right.
But they do play Kansas City this year at Lambeau.
I don't think that's primetime, though.
I don't either with the Packers. The Packers half of it. The Chargers are kind of an interesting matchup, but I don't think they're going to put that in primetime. Yeah, I mean, you're right. They'll get a Thursday night game. They'll probably get a Monday night game, and then a Sunday night game, I don't know, man.
Because I don't think they'd be good enough to be flexed into it later in the year.
Yeah, I don't either. So I will still say under. I think they get 2.
Yeah,
and I don't think they get a Sunday night game this year, which would be the first time in God knows how long.
What about at Denver? Maybe at Pittsburgh? I mean, those are historic franchises. Just like, the logos.
But like, why are you
both Super Bowl rematches?
True.
I mean, the Denver one's old, yeah. So, I mean, so is Pittsburgh at that point. I mean, nobody on the Packers was on that team anymore.
I don't think that draws it. I mean, honestly, I think their best chance is a Bear-Packer because there's just that automatic cachet. Fans show up for that.
Lambeau Field.
It's just cool. Or Soldier Field. Like, you just see it, and you show up for it.
When are the Bears moving?
It's a while. They just requested yesterday to tear down what's currently on the Arlington
so
Park.
this is going to be years.
Oh, yeah. I would say.
I mean, their lease pretty quick.
No, their lease for Soldier Field, I think, runs for the next 4 or 5 years. What year is it? 20? I'd probably say
2023, Jim.
2023.
Probably like 2028, 2030, somewhere in that range is when this would all be said and done.
Never mind.
Yeah, no, it's a while out there. So it may be a little bit sooner, but yeah, it's a long time before that will happen.
That's
so
a great
line
by Daryl and Deerfield. 2.5 is the right number.
Yeah, for Soldier Field there. But I do think one of the rivalry games will get in there. I guess the other opportunity would be Lions. So maybe that's where you get – but that could be their 2 primetime games for like a Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll find out a week from today. The schedule comes out.
What's your over-under that you set for this team this year? Because I think we're talking about Jordan Love. We're talking about his contract, and we do have an Iron Jock poll question here. And this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. He's Alex Strofe. I'm Jim Rutledge. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. Our first Iron Jock poll question. What is Jordan Love's most likely path to the $1 million bonus? I think there's about 6 things on there. We picked the top 4. Right now, win 10 games to number 1 at 63%, followed by top 10 passing rating and TDs, which seems pretty insane. This is not NFC. It is NFL.
Yeah.
And even if he, passed per rating, okay, you could kind of. There's plenty of quarterbacks who aren't.
You can flick your way into that.
Yeah, they aren't elite. You just complete. You throw a bunch of short passes, complete 70% of your passes, throw 23 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Right.
But TDs, I don't see that happening,
especially with the core random.
Right,
and that goes back to the point I made about the contract earlier.
But also how they're going to try to win. They are purposely. I think, especially when you get into the red zone.
I want to see Aaron Jones run the ball a million times.
Right, because I think if you're looking at this Packers offense, how are they going to score in the red zone? It's going to be with the running backs.
Yeah.
Because asking a young QB to put the ball in the end zone in the red zone, that's the most difficult thing for a quarterback to do.
Well, the other point you can make with the red zone is they did draft 2 tight ends in the first 2 days. Right? So, I mean, if they make some really quick progression, one of the 2 tight ends, Musgrave or Tucker, I always want to call him Tucker Carlson, Tucker Kraft. If one of those 2 guys, well, he just got fired.
You wear a bow tie?
Hey, should. Driving from South Dakota to Green Bay. He drove. Did you hear about this? He drove because he's from South Dakota. He drove here, I think today, and he tweeted earlier today, there is a Culver's at every Wisconsin exit. That's awesome. This guy rocks. But anyway, if one of those 2 progress very quickly, maybe there.
But still, the most likely progression there is Watson, which means later in the year maybe they're that guy. So, again, the sheer numbers. I'm not saying these players won't look good, but I'm talking about accumulation of numbers to be a Pro Bowler or top 10 in passer rating and TDs just doesn't – and even 10 wins. Like, could the Packers look like a team primed to be really good next year but also win 6 games this year? Yes. Both those can be true. That they could look really clunky early, and then later in the year you could start feeling better about, hey – look, they got something in Kraft and Musgrave together, and now Watson's developing as a true one, and there's some excitement for the following year. They could go from 6 wins to 10 wins, but this year might be. Like, they might have the exact same record or 1 win less, but you're going to feel a lot better about it.
Yeah, you're right about that, and I'm intrigued to see what the actual number is if you want to look it up for win total. Because I want to take a guess. I'm going to imagine Vegas probably puts them higher than maybe I'd expect. Because if my gut feeling would say like 5.5 or 6.5, but Vegas knows people love betting on the Packers.
7.5.
Yeah. So that's exactly where I was going to go. 7.5.
That seems so high because you just removed one of the best quarterbacks in all the NFL
and they barely won 8 games last year.
Right, and then you removed your number 1 receiver. And
from 2 years ago,
But Allen Lazard's your number 1 guy. He's not on a team. He was. He was your one for most of the year. And you removed him. You removed your number 1 tight end and your number 2 tight end.
Yep.
And some of these could be addition by subtraction, but week 1, I don't know. And so, and Rashawn Gary, your number 1 defender, a pass rusher, not available most likely.
Right at the beginning of the year, right.
For the first quarter of the year. I mean, an ACL injury, a year is not crazy, which would put him November. Now, so I think missing the first 4 games is not insane.
Yeah, it's somewhere between like 9 and 12 months typically, but everybody's different.
Right, but I think being on the PUP list to start the year for the first 4 games is the most, if
reasonable.
I'm betting,
I think that's reasonable.
That's probably the most reasonable way that'll go for Gary. So then
the other half of the Packers, though, is their schedule is not a cakewalk, right? I mean, obviously they have the 6 division games, 2 each against Chicago,
and no
Detroit,
longer a
Minnesota.
cakewalk. Like, I would say the Packers are closer to Chicago. Like, Detroit and Minnesota are teams fully capable of sweeping the Packers.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then you look at their non-conference schedule. Let's start with the AFC. Jim, last year, everybody buzzed about one certain division in the AFC.
You know what? I want to do this a little different here. Let's do Tinder time. I want you to give me wins or losses right now. It's 7.5. I want to run
kidding
through.
Me?
No. What's wrong with it?
Because I'm not going to like my answers right now.
We're doing it.
And it's only May, so I'm not going to like our answers.
All right, let's fire it up.
Uno momento, por favor.
Oh, we're speaking in Spanish.
Well, I mean, I didn't think you would understand that, but yeah, based on
means one
yesterday's
moment,
conversation.
please. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, while we wait for Ryan to get his fingers right here and get this thing started, today, tomorrow.
I have not had to find the Tinder Time page on here before.
Well, there's not an open for it. It's just
there's not.
There's just a button that says Tinder Time, and then there's music right next to it.
That would do it.
If you like it, swipe right.
There you go.
If you dislike it, swipe left. It's Tinder time.
Now play some music for us.
Okay.
Un momento, por favor.
You know, I'll be honest, I thought we had this a little bit smoothed out, so this is great.
Well,
look,
what happens
Tinder
when I'm
time.
not back there, Jim. See, you underappreciate me. You think I'm such a bad producer, but look at this.
Great. So you're not completely incompetent, is what you're trying to tell me here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
All righty. They're home games. I'm not going in order here. I'm just going to run through the home games, and then we'll run through the away games. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. This is from Packers.com. We will start with Chicago at home.
So at Lambeau?
Yep.
I'll give that to the Packers.
All righty. Lions at home.
I'm going to give that to the Packers as well.
Okay. Vikings at home.
I will give that to the Vikings.
All righty. Chiefs at home. I'm not even allowing you to answer that one. All right. Chargers at home.
You shouldn't let me answer that one either.
Rams at home.
I'll give that one to the Packers.
Saints at home.
This is one of the teams in the NFC where I'm like, hey, they could win 14 games, they could win 3
That's
games.
why I have the Rams, too.
Really? You feel that good about them?
I mean, if Stafford's healthy, couldn't they win 10, 11 games? Maybe not 14, but...
Yeah, maybe. I'll give it to the Saints here. So we're 3-4.
Tampa at home.
Let's go 4-4. We'll split the home series. Go 500 at home.
All right. Chicago at Soldier Field.
Sorry, Jimmy. I'm taking the Packers.
You have the Packers sweeping Chicago.
I'm going to take
this
a
year.
sweep.
That is a home.
I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to have the Vikings sweep, so it'll all even out.
So, Lions.
I'll give that to the Lions because I think I give the Packers the home game.
And then Vikings.
I said they'll sweep them, so that will be a loss as well. So we have them at 5-6 through 11 games.
Atlanta away.
Who's their quarterback? Desmond Ridder?
Yep.
Bijan Robinson, young. That might be a sloppy game. Give me the Packers.
All righty. Carolina.
Bryce Young, this is his coming out party, even though I don't know what week it is yet. I'll give it to the Panthers.
Denver.
They're going to fix it with Sean Payton. I'll give it to Denver.
Oakland. I'm assuming Vegas.
Devontae Adams revenge game?
Jimmy Garoppolo throwing a Devontae. Like, that's a pretty...
I don't know how their defense is off the top of my head.
They have Jacobs out there, too. I think that I give that one to the Raiders.
All right, I'll join you. We have them at 6-9 currently.
Giants.
And
Steelers.
Packers, 7-10.
I got 6-9. So, or 6-11, whatever. So, like, that, we're close.
Yeah.
But there's some optimism. Like,
I'll tell you what. That went better than I thought it was going to. I thought I was going to have.
And realistically,
only have them win 4 games.
I think 5 is a fair number though too, because splitting against Chicago and then losing to Giants and Steelers, those aren't crazy.
No.
I think between 5 and 8 wins is probably the most realistic window, which is why 7.5
isn't crazy with this team. There's so much unknown.
Well,
That's the thing.
Well, the one part is here's where you're not insane. They right now have nothing behind Jordan Love. So if Jordan Love went down in week 1. Sean Clifford, but even if you threw up Matt Ryan, like you're cooked.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the point.
And you might be cooked with Jordan Love to begin with.
That's
we
honestly,
know nothing.
But here's the other part of it. I almost would prefer it if I'm a Packer fan to roll with Sean Clifford as a backup because if Love goes down, just light the season on fire. You've got enough goodwill with Packer fans of all these playoff runs and all of this that burn it down and get a high draft pick.
Go get pick number 2 and pick number whatever the Jets have.
Right, pick number 2 and pick number 30, and you can trade up to number 1 and get the USC quarterback.
30's better than 32, Jimmy. 30's better than 32.
Maybe it'll be 32.
I hope it's like 21.
Well, you can hope in one hand, and
hope is a strategy this year. We're changing the motto. Hope is a strategy this year for the Packers.
You know, I got a strategy for you. Get your phones out, 844-770-3776. I'm going to give away some beer right now. It's the Sierra Nevada Little Things right now. So I'm going to give away a case of Sierra Nevada Little Things, 844-770-3776. It is a variety pack, which means you're going to get some citrus wheat ale. You're also going to get some other flavors there. So citrus wheat ale is my personal favorite, but it is a variety pack, 844-770-3776. I think the Packers are going to win 5 games this year. So caller number 5, you will get the variety pack of the Sierra Nevada Little Things, headlined, in my opinion, by the citrus ale, the sunny little things there from our good friends at Sierra Nevada, but it is a variety pack. You will get a ton. Caller number 5 gets the variety pack, 844-770-3776. You also get the Little Things IPA, which is an Imperial IPA, a hazy ale, which is also delicious, and then you also get it's a sour ale called Wild Little Things. So sunny, hazy, big, and wild. That's all in the variety pack. Caller number 5, 844-770-3776. This is Rutledge and Hamilton.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. With the NFL draft in the rearview mirror, 2 former Badgers who didn't get drafted are getting their first opportunities in the NFL. Offensive lineman Tyler Beach has signed with the Houston Texans as an undrafted free agent, and safety John Torchio has 2 scheduled tryouts, the first of which with former teammate Joe Tippmann's new team, the New York Jets. If the Jets do not sign Torchio after his tryout, he will have a second tryout with the Tennessee Titans. Continued coverage on Badgers and the draft over at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon or sausage egg croissant plus small seasoned potatoes for $3. It's the breakfast that don't miss. So if you did miss Wendy's breakfast, don't imagine fresh cracked eggs, sizzling sausage, crispy bacon, and block out those hot, buttery, flaky croissants. Croissants don't really make a sound, but if they did, for a breakfast that don't miss, Wendy's is that breakfast. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $3 breakfast deal.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Select a request $3 breakfast deal to obtain discount. Not valid for a la carte or combo orders.
The best teams start with great talent, but finding the right people can be a challenge. It's like sports scouts researching top athletes across the country to find potential picks for pro teams. But when it comes to hiring, ZipRecruiter can help you find the right candidates for your team fast. ZipRecruiter sends your job to over 100 top job sites. And ZipRecruiter is so effective that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. To try ZipRecruiter for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/Greeny. ZipRecruiter.com/Greeny. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Key, tell me if you and Max know what some of these acronyms mean, like Gen Z's slang. You ready? TNTL.
TNTL.
Trying not to laugh. YNK.
YNK. You know, or something like that? No? I mean, I don't.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Hi, this is Brian Posick, and I can't wait for Marco Siki's 5th annual Casting for Kids Fishing Tournament, Saturday, May 20th on the Madison Chain of Lakes to benefit the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Check in at the Alliant Energy Center at 7 a.m. Fishing starts at 8, happy hour at 2:30, then dinner and auction at 3:30. It's a great day for fishing and fundraising on Saturday, May 20th. Register now and check out the online auction at castingforkids.org. That's casting4kids.org.
Throw It Back Thursday on Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton is brought to you by Sierra Nevada Little Things. Choose your own adventure with the little things.
But I think you have 2 guys. Musgrave is a vertical guy. He's got some juice to him. He can attack all 3 levels. Kraft is, to me, kind of a complete multi-dimensional tight end.
That was Greg Cosell on Wilde and Tausch earlier today. You can listen back Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places. You can listen back to this show as well and all those great places. That's brought to you by our good friends at Revive Restoration. Go to revivepros.com to learn more. If you need mold remediation, you have smoke damage, you have water damage in your time of need, whether it's for your home or for your business, let the Revive Pros at Revive Restoration be there for you to help get things back on track quickly. Josh is a great supporter of everyone in the Madison community, and so when you need help, let him support you as well. RevivePros.com. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We are presented by Coors Light. Our good friend Matt in Beaver Dam chimes in. He won the beer, so congratulations to Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Awesome for him. He's Alex Strofe. I am Jim Rutledge. We are talking about the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. The over-under is 7.5, and I would bet the under on that for the Green Bay Packers because last year, injured Aaron Rodgers or not, The team on paper was designed to win more games than 8 and should have won more games than 8. Winning in the NFL is hard, and now that you don't have Aaron flipping Rodgers to unlock some of these games that you may have lost other years, you're going to see the difference. Forget the stats. I'm saying in the game between having a 39-year-old, 38-year-old quarterback who has won countless games, won a Super Bowl, won all his playoff games, never get shook, has seen everything you can see on a football field, and when the team gets down or when you're in a shootout or when you're on the road, all these things that make it hard to win in the NFL. I'm not even saying Jordan Love will be bad. I'm saying that even a good Jordan Love winning 6 games with this team could be really difficult.
Yeah, but it's also a thumbs up, right? The sooner we accept, and I think a lot of us have already, right? Because we've talked about the excitement that this year brings because it's such a different circumstance than what Packers fans have been used to the last 3 decades. You know, you go into every season with championship aspirations and expectations. Whereas this year, it's okay. This is probably a little bit of a rebuild, if not a full-blown rebuild. And you might win, 3 games. You might, if things go really well, you might win 10. But that is things going really well. The best part about this unknown that the Packers are entering is that the NFC is wide open, right? I mean, there are only like 2 really good teams, and neither of them are in your division. You win your division, you're in, you get a home game in the playoffs. The Packers, well, it's not super likely they win the division. In fact, I haven't looked at the betting odds on that, but I would imagine they're probably in 4th place of the 4 teams to win the division. It's still on the table. You just need Jordan Love to be, I don't want to say competent because he needs to be better than that, but good, not great, not awesome, not rock star, not Pro Bowl, but good.
2008 Aaron Rodgers threw for 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 64% completion percentage. Packers won 6 games, coming off of a NFC Championship game appearance.
Yeah. I mean, that was a better team, too.
Right, that's my point. 6 games is a hell of an achievement.
NFC was also good that year.
Jordan Love could go out and put up the same numbers Aaron Rodgers put up last year, and his team can win 3 less games, just because he doesn't know how to win games. And that's not saying he won't know how to do it.
No.
It's not like he's some prolific winner at Utah State.
No, you're the expert on bad quarterback play, right? And you say that all the time because you are. And Justin Fields is a good example from a year ago, a guy that was in numerous
I believe the Bears
games.
were 0-8 in 1-score games.
Yeah,
because
it's just closing it out. It's an instinct that comes with time and reps, and
it's not even an instinct. It's more than this. How does this affect the Packers' defense? We've talked about this for years. They are, and this is not a bad thing when you have the ability to do it. They're a front-running defense. When you're up, and then they can play downhill, and then all of a sudden you're behind. And now you have to force Kirk Cousins to be only a passer. And now you know what's coming. Now you can pick him off and make him look like an idiot. Jay Cutler, you did that to. You've done that to Jared Goff at times. And because Aaron Rodgers is putting all this pressure, like, oh, crap. And now they're up 21-0. Now the difference is even in this game. If the Lions are down 17-0 early, like let's say things got a hand, well, they still feel like they can go out and say, we're going to stick to the run game because we don't have to worry. We don't yet have to worry about Jordan Love putting up 30 more points. They might put up 17, but we don't know what Jordan Love's. They might only get to 24. We feel like our defense can slow them down, so we're not going to get over our skis. There's a whole mental factor to Aaron Rodgers, and I don't know what Jordan Love will be, but I do know he will not have that Tiger Woods, Aaron Rodgers type sway over a team.
Yeah.
And the Packers defense unquestionably benefited from Aaron Rodgers when he was able to give them a lead. Because every time there was a game that was back and forth, we talked about this, what happened, Aaron Rodgers obviously didn't come through for the Packers against the Lions, but what were the Lions able to do against Packers defense at the end of that game? Bleed out the game. The 49ers bleed out the game. Every big game the Packers have lost, yes, Aaron Rodgers has also not been maybe as good as he needs to be, but when the defense was asked to buck up and make a stop and really be the reason you win, they get pushed around the field, and they're allowed to be bled out on the field. How many of those 49ers went down the field the year before, and Robbie Gould gets a game-winning field goal? Jimmy Garoppolo had 30% arm strength, and they just ran it and short passed it down the field, bled out the clock, and kicked the field goal. So the last 3 times the Packers season has ended, when it's been games where Aaron Rodgers didn't go all the way to his premier level, and the defense was relied upon in the end to make a stop, they didn't. They got bled out and died right on the field because Aaron Rodgers couldn't save them.
Bled out and died on the field. That's gruesome, Jimmy, but you're correct. Yeah, this is going to be a brand new identity, right? I mean, last year this team struggled with storming out of the gates, right? And that had not really been a problem in 2020 and 2021, Aaron Rodgers' MVP seasons. They were setting the tone in the first quarter, and they were winning a lot of ball games because they had the upper hand early. Jordan Love, naturally, to your point, is not going to have the ability to go out there, throw 4 passes for 80 yards and score a touchdown on the first drive. It's just not going to be him, especially early on in the season.
And he might do that, but it's more of when it goes back and forth and it's Dallas and it's the lights are on and you got to make the play. How many touchdowns in a row in a shootout can you score? Because Jordan Love can be good and show promise.
Yeah.
Like, you can think whatever you want about Justin Fields, but Chicago has promised to Justin Fields, and they won 3 games. So the Packers could only win 3, 4, 5 games this year, and they can still feel excited about Jordan Love. Because I'm not writing off Jordan Love. What I am saying is it is hard as hell to win in the NFL.
It is. It really is. And the Packers have done it for a really, 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 really long time, unlike any other team in the NFL, at least over the course of the last 3 decades, right? The only other team that comes to mind that's done it consistently is the New England Patriots, and they've won more Super Bowls than anybody. So that is how I view it. But again, I think Jordan Love is going to grow tremendously throughout the year. At least we can hope so. He's still only 24 years old. He has a long career ahead of him if he can be successful.
He'll be better at the end of the year than he was at the start of the year, unquestionably.
Yeah, without a doubt, as long as he stays healthy.
Daniel Slothchild is in. Wrong show because he's got the train and a choo-choo. But could you imagine if Green Bay wins 12 games, surprises everyone, and Jordan Love is the man and will ultimately be the next Hall of Fame QB? He's ready. The organization is ready. Rodgers was burnt out with that organization.
You know why he's saying choo-choo, Jimmy? Everybody around the world, join hands. Let's start a love train.
And there's no reason you shouldn't be excited about it. And Matt Beaverdam chimes in, if the Bears win 3 games this year, they'll move on from Fields. Yes.
You think so?
If this year, yes. But
really?
That's why they have, and this is the same blueprint the Packers are doing. Packers have 2 first-round picks. The Chicago Bears have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. If they don't think Justin Fields is a guy, they can take those 4 picks and picks into the following year and go get their quarterback.
Yeah.
But it's the same plan, but they're doing it early. They're paying Justin Fields like $8 million to do it, and the Packers, they're out of time with Jordan Love. But yes, if Chicago wins 3 games, unless Justin's out there throwing 30 touchdowns, yeah, they'll move on from him. And that's where the Packers, they're kind of where they were last year. If Jordan Love shows his version of Justin Fields with the Packers, wins and losses won't matter. They will go another year with Jordan Love.
Yeah.
They might draft a quarterback in the 2nd round or something, but I think they will go another year with Jordan Love if Jordan Love shows flashes like Fields showed last year. And then, you're right, the following year, 2024 is the make-or-break year for Jordan Love. This is the make-or-break year for Justin Fields. He's got to look like a guy who took the next step. If he doesn't take a step, he'll be gone. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business, providing a professional yet casual work environment in Stoughton, Evansville, and Brodhead. If you're looking for your hard work to be rewarded with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is the spot for you. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Bring the entire family for affordable fun with on-site camping, free parking, and free admission for kids 16 and younger. Well, the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love officially signed his 1-year extension yesterday afternoon, tying him to Green Bay through the 2024 season. ESPN's Field Yates reports this deal will give Love an extra $7.5 million in cash for the 2023 campaign, and he can boost his 2024 salary through incentives including playing time, team wins, and other parameters. Greg Cosell of NFL Films joined Woolley and Tausch earlier in this morning. Here's what he had to say about what we've still yet to learn about Jordan Love so far.
clearly has traits to be a quality starter. He's got good size. He throws the ball extremely well. He has mobility. The number one issue with Jordan Love, how well does he see the field? So that's really what you're waiting to see on a play-to-play basis.
Listen back to that appearance over at Wisconsin On Demand. The Milwaukee Brewers currently up 2-0 on the Colorado Rockies in the bottom of the fourth inning. Second half, Rutledge and Hamilton starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
But I think you have two guys. Musgrave is a vertical guy. He's got some juice to him. He can attack all three levels. Kraft is, to me, kind of a complete multi-dimensional tight end.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN Madison studio with Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Pro Football Focus put out their way too early top 10 in the mock draft for 2024 based on Super Bowl 58 odds. Packers pick 8th.
So that's what, like 5 wins? 5-12?
Yeah, somewhere in there. I think if you go into this season as a Packer fan, because you have no effect on what the team is going to do.
Right.
So I would just set my expectations of like, hey, 5 wins and Jordan Love looks like he's a guy that we want to give a longer chance to. It's a win.
I'll tell you what, Jim. It seems to me the Packers fans we've talked to or texted with or get tweets from or I talk to when I'm out and about, the expectations are tempered. And everybody seems to be on the same page of, hey, this is going to be a different year. This is not a championship or bust year. This is let's figure out who the hell Jordan Love is. Let's figure out who these receivers and tight ends are. Let's figure out who we have to weed out in the trenches, right? David Bakhtiari and maybe somebody on the D-line or maybe one of the edge rushers and Preston Smith or Rashawn or whoever, Darnell Savage in the defensive backfield. It's a year of answering a lot of questions. And I think Packers fans in a different way than championship expectations are excited. And tell me if I'm wrong, right? Tell me if you feel otherwise. 844-770-3776. But that's, I think, where a lot of people's heads are at, and rightfully so. It's just a different year. It's a different level of excitement. Obviously, it's not exciting to know you're not going to win the Super Bowl, but it's a new era. It's time to flip the page. This could be the start of another really fun quarterback era. Could be. But it also could not be. And this could be the start of quarterback hell. You just really don't know.
He's Alex Strofe. I'm Jim Rutledge. Just Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. And I've been saying this over and over again about this team, and it's not a bad thing. I really think their blueprint is the 49ers.
Yeah.
So there might not be a quarterback era in front of you. It doesn't mean it won't be a winning era. It just might mean that your favorite player might be a Christian McCaffrey, Nick Bosa type, or Deebo Samuel type, and not the quarterback. And it's an interesting theory because the 49ers are trying to thread the needle in a way that nobody else, I guess outside of the Ravens, have really threaded the needle. It is the harder way to do it, but it might be the more realistic way to do it. Because when you look at Detroit, look at Chicago, when you're trying to just wait it out for the star quarterback, you're kind of SOL, instead of building out the entire roster around the quarterback and make that all so good that you might be able to, because you're trying to, and you're trying to find a one of one. The difference, let's look at Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins, because, I always kind of lean on Chicago. There is a chasm difference between Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins. A chasm difference between Patrick Mahomes and those players. At this point, we're getting near a chasm difference between Mahomes and Rodgers. And then you go Rodgers to those other players. It's the quarterback, and Packer fans, rightfully so, have been spoiled by it, so it's hard to even wrap your brain around it. Like, Jared Goff is, most Packer fans would say, oh, he's not a good quarterback. He'd be a hell of a quarterback if Jordan Love turns into that guy. And I think the Packer, and this is not the worst strategy. I honestly think Goody and LaFleur are saying, you know what? LaFleur thinking to himself, I'm a genius. I can create an offense that any quarterback, because that's the whole idea behind this Rams, Kyle Shanahan, 49ers, Lions offense, is that you don't need a star quarterback. Let the coach be the star. We'll have a magnificent offense. I'll game plan everything. The quarterback just needs to do what I tell him to do, and that'll get us enough points. And then you don't spend the money on the quarterback. You spend it on the defense and the skill players around the quarterback. And anyone can throw the ball to Deebo Samuel and watch him make plays. And Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers were 12-1 with Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it's a throwback, and it's a kind of counterculture, but the Ravens and the 49ers have done it. Of saying, Lamar Jackson's, right now looks like that type of player, like a star guy. Now they're paying him. But up until Lamar and just till they paid him, they are winning without paying a star quarterback for a long time. Same with the 49ers.
Yeah, I think Flacco got paid at some point, and he was.
But they moved off him.
He was an upper echelon quarterback. But you're right about that. Yeah, you're right about that point of it. So it's interesting, but the Packers haven't done everything you just described, right? I mean,
and when they won the Super Bowl, Flacco was not getting paid.
Oh, correct. And he had like that all-time postseason, 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, best postseason ever, and. That's ultimately what led him to getting paid. But you're right. He was a middle-of-the-pack guy, like Goff, like Cousins, who just kind of wavered. Sometimes he was top 10. Sometimes maybe even snuck into maybe top 8. But then some years he was like 19 or 20. So that might be the realistic, ceiling for Jordan Love. But you talked about putting the pieces around him. The Packers have done jack squat in that department.
They can't do it this year.
They're the youngest receiving core in the league. Their backfield's great. Their tight end is probably the youngest room in the league. Haven't seen the official stat on that. Their O-line is young outside of Bakhtiari, and Jenkins at this point is a veteran, but he's still young. There aren't pieces for the Packers to win a Super Bowl. Crap. There's not pieces that get the Packers to the playoffs, really, unless Jordan Love elevates everybody around him. Now, could that be the case for the Packers' next quarterback in 4 years when Christian Watson's entering his 6th season? And Romeo Dobbs is entering his 6th season, and Jaden, blanking on his last name from Michigan State. Jaden Reed, thank you, is entering his 5th season. Yeah, I mean, realistically, those guys at that point are vets. You bring in a rookie or second-year quarterback, if Jordan Love just isn't it, then maybe that works. But right now, that plan is not going to work as it's worked previous years, like last year for San Francisco and in the past for teams like Baltimore. They don't have the pieces. And that's more concerning to me than what Jordan Love is or isn't. Because I don't know how much stock we can put into Jordan Love's play if the receivers have not progressed and taken that next jump.
I don't know how much Jordan Love honestly matters because the Packers are not paying him. And I think the most important part this year for the Packers is they want to know what Jordan Love is, but it's not the end-all be-all. I think their goal this year is to get everyone on the same clock. So cleaning out a Bakhtiari. Maybe it's even Kenny Clark in the future, trading him, moving out.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try this year and next to get all these young players on the same clock, to restart a window. And that's when you're going to start, let's go positive here. Watson hits, and Watson continues to grow. Dobbs continues to grow. Jaden Reed's your next Randall Cobb type. Musgraves and Kraft hit. Jenkins continues to stay healthy and grow, and your offensive line fills in. And Jones walked, but you have Dillon. So now you are...
The Bengals. You just described the Bengals.
Right, but they have Burrow. Again, you're still trying to get to the 49ers, and what you're doing here is you're letting contracts walk away, and as you fill in over like a 1 and 2 year time with drafts. Now, we talked about it the other day. Their draft, the Eric's was a 2021 draft. Right now, hot garbage. We gave it an overall grade, and this was Alex Stroh's grade. It was not a passing grade. It was a 1.5 on a 4-point scale.
Yeah, it was like my high school GPA, yeah.
Right. So they're trying to get out from that 8 ball as well. So in a perfect world, Jordan Love looks good enough, and you had your bet next year. So you use your 2 first-rounders on players that help you next year and for the future, not quarterbacks. And then you use one of your second-rounders or package those up and draft the quarterback in the second round. And so all this draft compensation and all this contract they're going to be freeing up by getting rid of Bach and maybe other players as the year goes, as the offseason goes. And then you have these picks. Now you're ready to really start building that 49ers roster. And that could be with Jordan Love or without Jordan Love. But I really think, and his contract says it, Jordan Love is kind of inconsequential to the Packers' plan.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct about that. At least this year, right? I think that's what you mean.
If he hits, great, but he is not the linchpin for the plan.
No, if
Jordan Love, and that's what the contract is.
What if he completely stinks, Jimmy? Like, what if he is Nathan Peterman turnover machine?
You want that.
How much stock do you put into that?
If he's a turnover machine, you got to get him out.
Yeah.
And you walk away from it. And if you're a Packer fan, you prefer that over middle of the road.
But if he does what Rodgers did a year ago, which, again, I think it was somewhere around 3,000 yards. I know it was 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Are you happy with that?
I think that gives you – I think the Packers are still drafting a quarterback or second, third round, depending on – they have to kind of know part of it. But
who are they going after next, Graham Mertz?
I don't know the quarterbacks for next year.
Graham Mertz?
No, Mordecai.
Mordecai? Just keep him in Wisconsin?
We just don't know who those guys are. There could be someone.
No, I know. I'm just being –
Spencer Rattler?
Oh, God. That'd be awesome. He's going to be the number 2 overall pick, though.
I thought it was a guy from Carolina.
What?
May.
Not Spencer
May.
Drake May, yes, from North Carolina.
May,
Spencer Rattler from South Carolina,
yes.
you're thinking.
Yeah.
Yes. Rattler.
Yes.
How's he playing?
He from Oklahoma. He went from Oklahoma.
He went from Oklahoma to South Carolina. Yeah, he's the one who got passed up by Caleb Williams, who's actually on the screen right now.
Happened. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just don't know what'll break out with quarterbacks. My point being,
They're doing mock drafts on NFL Live right now. Sorry, Jim. Continue.
And I think you can take solace in this, Packer fans. Jordan Love is not the key to the Packers' future. And if you look at it like that what he does this year is only a bonus, I think you can breathe easy throughout the year. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're going to throw some stones next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. That means the best place to look at for a new Bronco, Ford F-150, Ford Edge, Ford Escape, Ford Explorer, or any other Ford, including service on your Ford, is Metro Ford of Madison. Browse their inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X Golf Madison is for everyone. I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
The 2023 U.S. Senior Open is coming to Stevens Point soon. Buy your tickets now to join us June 27th through July 2nd at Century World. Our PJ's Champion Club tickets include a single-day general admission pass plus exclusive access to PJ's, Century World Restaurant with complimentary food and beverage, and VIP parking. Buy your tickets now. Daily, weekly, or premium tickets are available at ussenioropen.com. That's ussenioropen.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me.
Jordan Love might not be the story next year. I'm just saying that I think the Packers, with this contract, have kind of said, Jordan Love, we hope you're good, but you're not going to make or break our future success. They have draft picks in the 2024 draft. I think they have at least 4 in the first 2 rounds in the 2024 draft. 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders. They'll have moves to be made of getting rid of Bakhtiari. Kenny Clark could be a guy they clear out of. Aaron Jones will be a guy that's likely cleared out of. They're going to continue to clean out and reset their clock and get a lot of these players on a similar timeline. And because of the Aaron Rodgers trade, they do have enough draft capital to make what Jordan Love does this year inconsequential. So I wouldn't even freak out this year, Packer fans, if Jordan Love doesn't look like the next franchise quarterback. He doesn't have to, because I think the blueprint will be the 49ers. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're presented by Coors Light. Let's throw some stones.
The guys live in glass houses, but that's never stopped them before.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
It's time to throw some stones.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
On Rutledge and Hamilton, brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
All right, guys, it is time to throw some stones here on Rutledge and Hamilton. And each and every day, I waste a ton of time scrolling Twitter and leaves me with a lot more questions than answers. Instead of answering those questions myself, though, I bring them to Jim and Strofe looking for answers. So I'll score those answers throughout, and at the end, we will crown a winner of Throwing Stones. So, as we mentioned in the second segment of the show today is May 4th. May the 4th be with each of you.
Also with you.
Thank you. And as I was scrolling Twitter, you couldn't ignore May the 4th. Everyone tweeting about it, all the Star Wars fans in full glee today, as well as a couple of teammates in our office. Our social media specialist, Maddie, wore her Star Wars t-shirt. Our head of content, Jesse Nelson, wore a lightsaber polo today. So, guys, I ask, does wearing Star Wars gear to work on May the 4th, is that even too nerdy for Star Wars fans? Or does it, pass on this day of all holiest days?
I would say if you dressed up like in full costume, that's going too far today.
God, I would love to see Jesse Nelson like a Darth Vader suit.
Now, Jesse, I think that's a shirt gifted to him by Matt Hamilton, so
Correct,
it's kind of like a golf shirt, and they're a little extravagant. So a golf Star Wars shirt is not crazy. For my birthday, my daughter got me a golf head cover that says, "May the course be with you." That is a Star Wars one. So a lot of guys like me like Star Wars, but also like golf. So there's a lot of crossover there. And Maddie wearing a t-shirt, I think that's pretty subdued. You wear on sports day, like, what's dorkier? They're the same of wearing your favorite team's t-shirt on Friday or wearing Star Wars shirts on May the 4th.
Wearing a jersey or a costume.
But they're equally dorky. Yes, wearing a jersey is...
That's a different level of dorky, yeah.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
Yeah, I'm over buying jerseys, for the record. I officially own 0 Packers jerseys with the current play.
And every once in a while, I'm like, I want to get no, I don't want to get the jersey.
No, it's not a good investment these days. Anyway, yeah, do whatever makes you happy. It doesn't bother me. I got to be honest, I didn't even realize any of them were wearing Star Wars stuff, so I was oblivious to it.
All right, live and let die, I suppose. But anyways, speaking of jerseys, the Packers official Twitter account tweeted that rookie jerseys have been added at the team's pro shop. So, guys, of the rookies on this year's
Are you about to ask us what jersey we're going to buy?
What jersey you're going to buy, yeah. Who, if you had to buy a jersey, obviously you're against them. But after getting to know some of the top draft picks so far, Strofe, who would you buy?
What's the safe pick? Sean Clifford. Who's the kicker? Give me the kicker. Carlson. Yeah, no, I mean, it'd be Van Ness. He's the only safe buy, right? I mean, maybe one of these tight ends. I love Jaden Reed, but you just never know with wide receivers, whether it's injuries, whether it's systems, whatever it is. You can't confirm or, expect anything. So I would go Lucas Van Ness, super boring pick. I don't buy jerseys anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, way to adjust on the fly there, Brian. You just asked the question after we murdered jerseys. I mean, if it's me, just for sheer comedy's sake, I would get a Sean Clifford jersey.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one.
That for me,
well, he's rocking number 8, Rodgers' new number. Like, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, and just be like, what an obscure jersey. Because there are, like, the only case I make for jerseys is, like for a Bears fan, if, like, I had found an old Cade McNown jersey. Like, that would be, like, funny, ironic to wear. So if you found an old Randy Wright jersey as a Packers fan, like, that would be great.
Good
Either
pull.
one of you know who Randy Wright is?
Wright, yeah, great pull. He's a vending
Randy
machine guy these days, right?
I don't know what he does now, but he played for the Badgers and the Packers. I have an autograph of his.
He lives in the area still.
My mom might still have it. So when I was in Fort Atkinson, that's where I went to elementary school. I was a Purdy Panther. And
wait, what was that?
Purdy Elementary.
As in like Brock Purdy?
Purdy, yeah.
Wow.
Purdy Elementary in Fort Atkinson. I went to school there through, I think, 4th grade. And Randy Wright came to Purdy Elementary, and we were the Panthers. And he came there and signed autographs, and he signed one for everyone. So there was a Randy Wright autograph that I didn't want. I'm sure I gave it to my mom. Maybe she has it, maybe she doesn't. But Randy Wright, I did meet him and get an autograph.
In 2016, according to Randy Wright's Wikipedia page, in 2016, USA Today named Wright the worst starting quarterback in Packers history.
Ouch. Did not see Anthony Dilwig play?
How long was he the starter, though?
He might not have actually started.
Because Wright was the starter for what, 4 years in the 80s?
Mike Tomczak, did he end up starting, not as the main starter, but
Tomczak did start a little bit, but...
Could Sean Clifford be the next one on that list? I mean, if you got a custom jersey of his...
Sean Clifford won't be a starter.
If you got a custom jersey of his and instead of Clifford it said LinkedIn QB, would that be better? Would you buy that one?
LinkedIn QB.
He is the LinkedIn QB,
I love that he updated it. Yeah, he's the one that updated his job.
Anthony Dilwig in 1990 was 2-5 as a quarterback, threw almost 200 passes, which back then might have been a good chunk of games, and he threw for 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with a 52% completion percentage.
Yikes. Bears, I have the list up. The Bears, I'm going to give you the year. You tell me who the quarterback is. The worst starter QB in Bears history, 2003.
2003.
20 years ago. Coming up on the 20-year anniversary of this quarterback starting for the Chicago Bears.
Rick Meyer?
No. Good guess. I think he was right around there, though.
Cade McNown?
Wrong.
Man.
War number 10?
Henry Burris?
No.
Craig Krenzel?
No. Wow, this is unbelievable.
Dave Craig?
No, still wrong.
Jim Miller?
Still wrong.
That wouldn't be the right answer.
He hit the buzzer.
Cordell Stewart?
You got it.
Right.
Cordell Stewart. Yep.
Well done. Well done.
Those are all real people.
Yeah, so here you go, folks. When Jim says he is an expert of bad quarterback play, that is your example why.
Jason Campbell played for the Chicago Bears. I showed you a photo yesterday
of Jason Campbell.
Of a QB room, but this is past whatever prime Jason Campbell had. In
Oakland, right? Yeah.
The actually Washington was
too, yeah.
The QB room when the Bears had Mike Glennon and drafted Mitch Trubisky, their third quarterback was Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, you showed me that
Mike
yesterday.
Glennon, Mitch Trubisky, Mark Sanchez.
I had no idea Mark Sanchez played for the Bears.
This is why I say at times of you can get yourself hyped, but when you look back at it, you're like, I was a fool. Like you could try to sell yourself. Like they could grind it out and maybe they can win some tight games. There is a world with horrendous quarterback play. Like the names I gave you are real human beings. Craig Krenzel, Henry Burris. I mean, Peter Tom Willis. That is a real person that was on the Bears roster as a quarterback.
These are movie characters.
Peter Tom Willis
from Florida State. Steve Walsh.
That's a quarterback name. You would think he'd be successful. Peter Tom Willis.
I feel like he was 5'9". Like back Rex Grossman, obviously.
Yeah, you're right. That sounds like a soccer player. Than
He sound like names that Arnold Schwarzenegger would have had in 80s movies.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
his generic, white male American names.
Eric Kramer was probably the best in my lifetime. Obviously, Jim Harbaugh was there.
Oh, Harvey, yeah.
Yeah. It's a sad state of affairs.
Sad
I don't wish that on anyone.
No, certainly not. And we don't wish anything on anyone down in the state of Alabama either. Alabama, the University of, has fired its baseball head coach Brad Bohannon after he was found to be connected with betting activity in Ohio concerning the LSU-Alabama game this past Friday. 2 people briefed the investigation, told The Athletic. So, guys, do you think that it's just a matter of time before we actually have betting fixing allegations on NFL games as well? Strofe?
Did we just do this question? No. Wait, what's the question? If we have regulations on gambling?
No, not regulations. I'm saying, how do you think it's a matter of time before we have an allegation like this in the NFL?
No. I mean, yeah. I do think it's a matter of time. It'll happen because it already has, right? Calvin Ridley got caught for gambling on games when he was injured.
No, but I'm talking about fixing games. Sorry, fixing games. That's what he's being accused of. The coach at Alabama.
Okay. That's another level.
Sorry, I didn't make that clear.
NFL's a little bit different than college ball. I think you could fly under the radar a little bit more, but I would not be shocked if a referee or somebody gets caught for gambling, Tim Donaghy style. So yeah, I mean, I think it's inevitable because it's everywhere now. It's so accessible.
You assume, and this is where I have the issue, and this is a lot of things. It's also like with conspiracy theories that I have the issue with.
Fixing a game is not easy. Is that where you're going?
Also, the cover-up is not easy. Fixing the game is not easy. But you're also assuming the worst out of everyone. That if gambling is legal, and in the NFL you can gamble on everything, but why are people fixing games? Why? I bet you it comes out somewhere in here, and Tim Donaghy too. You get into debt because you're illegally gambling. Someone's threatening your life or your house or your kids, and now you got to fix the game to save your ass. It's not because I just want to fix the game because I don't want to win. It's because you got yourself in dire straits and you're working with criminals, and then criminals are making you do criminal things.
Wait, so why was this guy in Ohio?
Well, because he placed the bet in Ohio. It's through an Ohio sports book.
So did he fly to Ohio to place this bet? Because you have to be there to place it through an Ohio sports book.
There's VPNs, the dark web. I mean, there are ways around this.
He's a college baseball coach. You can't be that clever.
I mean, he clearly wasn't. He got caught.
I mean, like college baseball coaches are typically older fellas. I didn't know what a VPN was.
But again, also
until
college
recently.
baseball coach is probably getting paid $10,000 to coach college baseball.
Be a head coach in the SEC. You're getting paid pretty well. Pretty well.
I don't know how. 30?
Six figures at least.
You think so? College baseball
in
coach?
the SEC, yes.
But I don't know.
Brad Bohannon made $275,000 a year.
That
as
is
the head coach of Alabama.
Ridiculous. That's criminal. They should not have paid him that much money. Then I don't know what he's doing. I thought he maybe didn't make a lot of money. My point being, no, I just think that it's still nothing compared to when NFL players get paid. And if they're not getting in trouble with bookies and they're not getting behind and it's not as criminal, that's the whole point of legalizing certain things is to take away the criminal element. And so I'm going to say, no, you're not going to see a giant push of illegal game fixing because gambling is now legal. I'm not buying the slippery slope.
Well, it's already become a little slippery, but fixing's another step, and football is impossible. I don't know how you could fix a football game.
That's my point. Fixing, again, is a massive criminal act that'll send you to prison for a while because it involves multiple, there's
a lot of layers to that.
There could be tax
Did Tim
fraud in
Donaghy
there.
go to prison?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How he's out now.
Probably, but you're hiding money. There's so much and it's just, I don't assume people are going to do criminal activity things. Like, that's the jump you make with a lot of these conspiracy theories and also a lot of these slippery slope arguments is that everyone's just waiting to be a criminal. They just needed the opportunity. And I just don't generally believe that. Like, I think in the perfect world, football players do not want to be in a position where they have to fix games. They want to win these games. And so, ideally, they're not in that position, especially if there's caps on what they can spend, which there are in NFL rules, too. And if you're doing it legally, people can track it. Your agent or your accountant can get involved. Like, dude, cut down the gambling.
Sure. Well, Brad
has to come from a bank account. You have to have the money.
Brad Bohannon. That's a baseball name right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jordan, is he part of the Bohannon group?
No, spelled differently, unfortunately.
Before we get to break, Rip and Rona chimes in when Jim was naming Bears quarterbacks. It reminded me of the scene in Major League when they're rattling off rosters and who are these flipping guys. Noah Madison chimes in. Cleveland Browns give the Bears a run for their money. He's not wrong.
Oh, without a doubt. They take the cake. I think the Browns had it worse than the Bears.
And JJ and Poinette chimes in. When Orton was the QB, I never understood why no teams figured out a water boy strategy to beat the Bears. Just take knee, even on fourth down. Don't kick it to Hester, and eventually you'll win that game 3-0.
To be real honest, I'm trying to think of other teams who've had it as bad as the Browns and the Bears. The Broncos, to stick with our B theme, they had Peyton Manning win a Super Bowl. They had Jay Cutler for a while, and now they've got Russell Wilson. But the in-betweens were always
right.
really
but they had John
shaky.
Elway too. I mean, you got
in the
Super
90s,
Bowls
yeah,
in there.
Yeah,
The Texans are up there for bad quarterbacks.
Texans are
Tom
definitely up there.
Savage. Who else?
Oh, Pittsburgh. Paul Christ. Tom Savage, legend.
Miami's struggled for a long time since Marino.
Yeah, that's true.
Jay Fiedler, Dante Culpepper.
But Tannehill was there for a while. He brought him to the playoffs.
Yeah, but the Tannehill's a Cutler. Like it's not.
He's middle of the pack dude.
Right. That's Miami I was down there. It was a rough run. Yeah, Washington since Mark Rippon.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Campbell was okay there for a while.
Yeah, it's not dearth of Rex Grossman had a couple of decent years.
How about the team Aaron Rodgers just went to?
Jets
have been really bad.
Oh, yeah, since Namath, right?
Yeah, I mean
they
Sanchez
tested
a
early.
little bit.
bit,
Sanchez was okay for a few years.
Yeah.
The last decade, they've been trash at that position.
A lot of losers.
It's not easy to find a franchise quarterback. I mean, it's as simple as that.
You know who's a winner, though?
Probably Jim Rutledge.
Oh, yeah.
Tough week for you, Joe. All I do is win. That's why I go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Last month alone, over $11 million in jackpots. What are you waiting for? Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. You'll enjoy your weekend. You can do some gambling and have a great time over at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Have a Coors Light while you're there. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Wisconsin's best choice for roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors. I know they're the trusted local experts who consider customer service their #1 goal, but don't just take my word for it. Jake and Dawn are both recent customers who left 5-star reviews for the outstanding service and quality of work on their projects. Get a free estimate for your home project today by logging on to ridgetopexteriors.com. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
O'Reilly.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Brayden...
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your sock slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, buy local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Oil changes, brakes, alignments, and warranties. Honda's certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, buy 3 and get the 4th for just $1 when they mount and balance them for you. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Are you looking for an exciting new career opportunity in Dane County? Look no further. Phase Electric is now hiring electricians of all experience levels. Phase Electric provides competitive top pay, 40-hour work weeks, and full benefit packages for both commercial and residential electricians. To learn more, visit phaseelectric.com. That's PHAZE electric.com. Work with a company that prides themselves on being a phase above the competition. And remember, in order to be the best, you need to work with the best.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with the set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for loan at Tool.
Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially since you're always growing and changing. Therapy is all about deepening that self-awareness, because sometimes you don't know what you really want until you talk things through. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. Visit betterhelp.com/score to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/score.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Medicine.
Michael McDonald action coming back here, right? Is that who this is?
You're looking at the wrong guy.
This is Taking It to the Streets. Doobie B. It's listed as.
Doobie Brothers.
Doobie Brothers. That'll be what it is.
Which is Michael McDonald. So yes, to answer your question.
You can see I'm musically illiterate. I don't know many artists.
It's better than being illiterate like Alex Strofe. 844-7.
I'm illiterate.
844-770-3776. You started the show within the first 5 words you said. You said petted. So
no, he asked if I like. Oh yeah, you're right.
844-770-3776. Are you going to report Ben Bruce? Because I think he just had another HR violation because they're in Madison, Grayson.
Dude, every time
with their presence here, Scalzo and Brust. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're presented by Coors Light. It's Mountains of Blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush Coors Light.
He's Alex Strofe. I'm Jim Rutledge. So Jesse Nelson walked through with his Star Wars lightsaber.
Oh boy,
polo, and he said Ben Bruss is asking me to get him a coffee. And I said, why didn't you just tell him to pound sand? Like, why would you get Ben Bruss to coffee?
Why wouldn't he get his own?
Yeah, I'm sorry. If the only time I've asked anyone to get me coffee, I offered to pay them a coffee. Like, if someone is going to get me a coffee, I say, can you go get a coffee? You fly, I'll buy. I would never ask anyone to just get a coffee without offering to pay for it.
I kind of love that by Benny. I don't think that's an HR violation. That's using your resources.
That's being an a-hole.
Yeah, but if there's one person to be an a-hole towards, he picked the right one.
Jesse Nelson? Yeah, but
I say so.
But it's being a bully. In the idea of it's fine to be a bully if you're bullying someone that is on par with you.
Is Jesse Nelson not on par with Ben Bruss?
Like, you're just picking on the little guy. Literally and figuratively. Like, you just, like, why are you doing it? Like, you're not picking a fight
literally
with, like,
and figuratively.
Like, do you think he'd ask Matt Hamilton or Tom Olson or Tauscher to get him a coffee? Do you think he'd ask Greg Scalzo to get him a coffee?
I don't think he'd even ask me to.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, he just picked the lowest hanging fruit of the one guy in the office that would do it for him.
Yeah, and it worked.
But
that's using your resources. I'm actually going to give Ben the benefit of the doubt here.
No, I think I'm not in on it. Like, if you're going to do it, then ask someone that you'd actually have to convince.
Yeah.
He's a marketing. He can get someone else to convince him to go get him a coffee. Because it was just the coffee here at the office, which is trash. But, like, the physical coffee here in our building is horrible.
It's fine.
It is horrendous.
It's not horrible. It's fine.
It is horrendous. It's not fine.
Nobody drinks it more than Ryan.
I drink it too much. Yeah,
I have not. Here's a full pulling back curtain here.
You're going to sound like me talking about Star Wars. Go ahead.
Well, here's what it is. So we set up this cleaning, like this coffee thing we realized had to be cleaned. So initially when we got the coffee maker, I had coffee once in a while, and then we were like, oh, it has to be cleaned out, this coffee thing, so we're going to set a schedule. And I said, you know what? I'm done. So leave me off the schedule. It is not worth me having to do anything to have that coffee, and I haven't had one since. Because the ability.
So you just don't want to do work.
Well, it's not worth it. Like, I'd rather just go buy a coffee than have to clean this coffee maker for crappy coffee. So I just said, because it wouldn't be right. It would not be right if I was drinking a coffee and I was cleaning it.
I do.
And I was not cleaning it.
Well, just come in late like I do, and then they won't ask you to clean it.
But that's a jerk move. That's worse than asking Jesse Nelson to get you coffee.
No, it's not.
Absolutely.
No, it is not.
844-770-3776. Which is worse, Alex Strofe drinking communal coffee when the standard is set that you're supposed to help clean that communal coffee maker.
I'm not on the schedule. There's a schedule. I'm not on it.
Or is it Ben Bruss just dropping in once in a while and asking Jesse Nelson to get him a coffee? Ryan, where do you chime in?
By far the latter.
I would agree. The coffee in our storage closet is what it is. It's not the highest quality. No, it's not.
Okay, but what about Strofe drinking it regularly but never bothered to clean it?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think I've done it. I was about to say I've probably done the same thing. I have not cleaned it once.
You two programming guys are giving the programming folks bad
That's
name.
fair. Me and Strofe got us
giving us a bad name.
You're lazy.
We're not here without us.
You're lazy though. Clean the coffee, or don't drink it.
I don't know how. Nobody took the time to teach me.
Well, how long do you think it takes to learn it?
It's a complicated machine, Jim. It's large. You can make mochas, you can make lattes, you can make just black coffee.
If I go out there and I ask Tom or Marissa or someone who cleans it, hey, show Alex how to do it, and then you'll do it.
No, they won't want me to do it because they want coffee when they get here at 8 a.m. and I'm not here at 8 a.m.
You don't have to clean it every day. You just clean it.
Yes, you have to clean it every day.
You can clean it when you leave, right? You're the last one to leave often, right?
That's true.
So you can clean it when you leave.
I'll give you that.
It's like at a restaurant. Most of the time, when you leave, you clean.
That's a good point. It is like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not how they do it here. That's not the system they've implemented, and I'm not going to talk them out of it.
If I ask them to change the system,
why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Because I think it's...
You're just trying to slight me. You're no better than Ben Bruss.
No,
you're just trying to bully me now.
No, I just think it's...
No, listen to you. You're becoming everything you hate about Ben Bruss.
Well, no,
you're bullying me.
You are a higher standard than Jesse. But the other part of it is, what you're doing, I'm not bullying you. I'm just trying to get you to do what's right.
You're just trying to hold me accountable.
Right.
Which is what you do.
Right.
Because people like you, and you like people who are held accountable.
JJ Barnett chimes in. I'm with Jim on this. If you want to have it, you got to put in the work. That's why I said, when we learned that, I said, that's fine. I'm not going to have the coffee. I will just go buy coffee, or I'll bring in my own coffee, because I don't really like this coffee, and I don't want to spend the time to clean it when I don't care for the coffee. I will either make it at home or bring it in, or I'll go buy my own.
Yeah,
that is the accountable thing to do.
In my defense, it's not like I'm drinking a cup of coffee every day.
How many do you drink?
From here, twice a month, maybe.
So you can't clean it once a month?
Once a month, I could do.
Okay.
Once a week, I'm not doing.
I was drinking like 2 or 3 a day at one point.
Yeah, he was.
I've never once cleaned that coffee
and you
machine.
don't have any gut rot or anything?
Oh no! You should come in the studio when I'm in here alone sometimes.
Yeah,
it smells pretty awful.
I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah, it stinks. He's worse than me. I don't know if you know that.
The both of you stink.
I smell great.
You guys are classic.
You've shared the studio with me all week. You haven't complained once.
True, but studio's nice and spacious. Both of you guys are classic programming guys.
All right. So Ben Bruss is a bully, but you're not.
No.
What is that supposed to mean?
I'm just being honest.
What does that mean?
I'm not asking you to, I'm not swinging down, and I'm not asking you to go run errands for me. I'm just giving you facts.
So what's the fact? Why are you saying
programming?
What does that mean?
You're stinky. You are lazy, apparently, because you can't clean up after yourself. You can't help with the coffee. Both of you drinking coffee but not cleaning. That, to me, feels lazy.
It's not my fault. They made a schedule and didn't put me on it. That is not my fault. That's out of my control.
You couldn't step up and say, hey, folks, I drink coffee as well. Maybe Wittes doesn't need to clean it 2 days a week because I drink coffee.
Does he clean it 2 days a week?
I'm not involved.
Everybody
I don't drink
cleans
this
it once
coffee.
a week. Everybody has their own day.
We can't add a day for Al. You couldn't have said, hey, you know
you
what?
Want me to come in on Sundays and clean the coffee machine that nobody's used since Friday? Is that what you'd like?
No, you could step up. Have you ever done it and been like, hey, Hopper, you know what? I've had a couple coffees this week. I got you. I'm going to clean
Once again, don't know how to do it.
Again, someone can show you easy.
You know, you really like to stand on your pedestal because you go and buy coffee elsewhere.
Or I make it at home.
Yeah.
And I clean
Which is what I
home.
do when I drink coffee typically.
Except for when you drink it here.
Which is, once again, is maybe once every other week.
And you can't be bothered to be a part of it.
Why would I?
Because you're not a team player.
Are just the worst.
This is Rutledge and
type of
Hamilton.
person.
Team player Rutledge. Anti-team player Aaron Rodgers type Alex Strofe.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. With the NFL draft in the rearview mirror, 2 former Badgers who didn't get drafted are getting their first opportunities in the NFL. Offensive lineman Tyler Beach has signed with the Houston Texans as an undrafted free agent, and safety John Torchio has 2 scheduled tryouts, the first of which with former teammate Joe Tippmann's new team, the New York Jets. If the Jets do not sign Torchio after his tryout, he will have a second tryout with the Tennessee Titans. Continued coverage on Badgers and the draft over at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
What's your thing? Are you looking for a new, refreshing, sunny ale to ring in the summer? Or do you want to turn it up with a big, hoppy IPA? No matter the style, Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack has something for everybody. Crack open a couple of IPAs with the original hazy or the big imperial. Then bask in the sunny citrus wheat and wild sour ales. Enjoy 4 styles in 12 cans with Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack today.
Listen to me along with Matt Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack. The gold medal-worthy variety pack features 4 styles, 12 cans, and endless good times. Whether you like the hoppy IPAs, crisp ales, you'll enjoy anything in this party in a pack. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer. This month, it's Sierra Nevada's Little Things Party Pack. 2:45 every single Thursday.
Oh, I cracked the hull of my new ski boat today.
Oh my gosh, why'd you do that?
It's not like I was trying to do it, you know.
Sorry, that's rough, my bad, bro. Did anyone witness this epic fail?
Yes, there's videos galore, and now I'm a meme.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey Culligan, I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb, it's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Ben Brust here for my favorite racetrack in North America, and that is Road America. Race fans, it's time to make your summer plans for fast family fun at Elkhart Lakes Road America. Experience 9 major races from vintage weekends to high-thrill NASCAR racing at the best NASCAR track in America. Bring the entire family for more affordable fun with on-site camping, free parking, and most of all, free admission for kids 16 and younger. See the full race schedule at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's national park of speed.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
Notorious slacker Alex Strofe along with me.
The hell did I do?
Wonderful teammate Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton presented by Coors Light. I'll tell you what, though, Matt Hamilton definitely does not clean the coffee maker.
I have great news for you.
What's that?
There is a new show out on Peacock starring Pete Davidson.
Love Pete Davidson.
And you love the word in which the show is titled.
Is it Bupkis?
It sure is.
No kidding, right?
Bupkis featuring Pete Davidson, now out on Peacock.
I don't have that streaming service.
One of the few you don't have, I assume, because everybody's got everyone, it seems. I have a login for you. I can send it to you if you want to watch it.
Well, mainly because, here's one. I signed up for Paramount Plus.
Okay, that one I don't have.
Don't do it. It is crap.
What's on there?
It's pretty
Is
bad.
that like Nickelodeon?
Yeah, I did it, because it was like a Black Friday thing, so you got like a year for like $20.
Oh, nice.
I was like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Right.
So I immediately said I don't want to renew it. I did it. Well, one, I thought there was going to be a movie. There was a Fletch sequel, a third one with
John Hamm.
John Hamm. The name of it is escaping me at the moment. That it implied it was on, but it was actually a Showtime one. And like Wolf of Wall Street, I probably watched like twice on there.
Great movie.
Otherwise, there's 2 other. This is why I did it. Yellowstone spinoffs that are on there. One with Harrison Ford and one with Sam Elliott that we will watch before the year comes up. So like that'll be worthwhile. But I thought Yellowstone would be on it because it's a Paramount, but no, it's on Peacock for streaming, but on Paramount for TV.
Well, that's confusing.
It's stupid.
Very confusing. Total side note, you mentioned Wolf of Wall Street. Real quick, best Leonardo DiCaprio movie is what? Off the top of your head.
Man.
I'd probably go Inception, personally.
I'm not leaving.
That one's Wolf of Wall Street's great.
It's super quotable.
What was the one he just did with Brad Pitt? Is really good. Though.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is
good.
really good.
Have you seen Catch Me If You Can?
I love that movie.
Back in like the
that's not
early
him
2000s.
at his best, but that movie's so rewatchable.
Titanic.
I can fire that one on you. Titanic. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
Basketball Diaries. This Boy's Life.
Okay, I asked you for the best one.
I know.
Now you've just rattled off about 9 answers.
He's so good in Django Unchained too.
He's incredible in Django.
What's his best movie?
I'm gonna go with Wolf of Wall Street because he was the driving star throughout. Yes, there is an ensemble cast there, but he was the focus of it throughout. And some of these other ones, he's sharing the screen with Kate Winslet, I was gonna go with he's sharing the screen with others, but Wolf of Wall Street is a Leonardo DiCaprio joint, much like Spike Lee sort of thing.
It's a tour de force, one might say.
Yes, absolutely.
If I gave you another guess and told you Bupkis was not the name of the Pete Davidson show that's coming out, you would have said a Pete Davidson joint. Those are like your two go-tos.
Right. Well, it's the Spike Lee joint thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know the reference. I'm just saying you love saying it's an Aaron Rodgers joint or it's a Jordan Love joint or whatever. Matt LaFleur joint.
Yeah, it fits though.
Jim Rutledge joint.
It is. It is a Jim Rutledge joint.
Weed is tight. Weed is tight.
Damn straight.
Is Leonardo DiCaprio the greatest actor of our generation? I think we kind of crossed generations.
Yeah, I would have to say.
I would say yes.
Since Tom Hanks, yeah, I would put him up there.
Oh, yep. Rip and Ron chimes in with Departed. Really good in that. Blood
good.
Diamond.
Yes.
But again,
Paul.
Departed could almost. It's still so much.
That's such a heavy cast.
And Matt Damon is a large chunk of it, and then you have Mark Wahlberg as a large
Jack
chunk of
Nicholson hangs over that entire movie.
Yeah,
He's the worst in it.
Yes,
honestly.
agreed.
So that's why I went with Wolf of Wall Street. That even though that's an ensemble cast, he is the star of that ensemble cast.
I don't know if he was great in this movie, but a movie I love that he's in, Gangs of New York, another Scorsese joint.
Yep,
that's a great one. But that one has, oh God, what's his name? Who plays the butcher?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis. He might give Leo a run for his money. He's greatest actor of the generation.
Ooh, interesting. I would disagree. I would go with
I
Leo
feel like
for
you
sure.
have to pump out some. You have to be a movie star, and Daniel Day-Lewis is not
He's
a
not
movie
a star, no.
He could technically be the greatest actor, but he is not a movie star.
He's like Kendrick Lamar, like releases an album
there you
once
go.
every
I
5
like that.
years, but it's incredible. It's incredible every time he does.
No doubt.
844-770-3776, your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Also, Rip and Rona chimes in, Denzel could be the actor of our generation as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be in a big movie coming up, too.
Ooh. It might be Denzel.
Again, I'd go more skill than I think Titanic, Wolf of Wall. I mean, some of the movies that Leo was in, the box office combined with the talent. I'm not saying that Denzel could very well be a better actor than Leonardo.
Yeah.
But when you talk Django, like the movies he's been once upon, like he draws to the box office. The Departed. Then that's the one thing that Denzel hasn't reached fully. He's a hell of an actor and probably more accomplished and maybe even won more awards. But when you mix in the commercial success, that's why it's like Tom Hanks. He's got Academy Awards and commercial success. Leo has that as well. Denzel not to the same level, and I love Denzel.
To quote the great American orator Mark Tauscher, Leonardo DiCaprio's got chops.
Yeah,
he can do it all.
Cody and Milton chimes in. Shutter Island and Inception, both good Leo movies. The Aviator.
That's a bad movie.
He's good in it, though.
He's good, but that movie's 3 hours and it is a snooze fest.
Can I tell you one sneaky good actor you guys should keep an eye on as he comes up? And he's a known actor, but he's kind of making that transition from comedy to drama. Bill Hader.
Oh yeah. Very great
Sure.
show.
I think he's doing a horror movie next. I think his star is gonna continue to rise. This has been Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do.